What is going on, everyone? It is Mark here with another video, and today I have an iPhone 8 Plus, or do I? So in front of me today, I actually have a fake one, an extremely well done fake of the iPhone 8 Plus. Let me show you how well it is done and what actually gave it away. Let me tell you the backstory about how I acquired this fake device. I go into work one day and my boss says, hey man, I got the iPhone 8. Let me know what you think. Take it out of the box and play with it. I'm like, I've already played with it, but okay, yeah, sure, why not? Take it out of the box, not paying too much attention to the box, because if you take a look at this box, actually, it's a clear giveaway that this is not a real iPhone. They could have done a better job in Photoshop when they were cutting out the image of the iPhone 8. However, I will give them this. There's actually iPhone box texture to this box, you know, where the iPhone's a little bit more slippery than the rest of the box. Yeah, it's the same thing, but if you take a look at the corners of the iPhone, they did a very poor job of cutting it from wherever they stole it off. And just the overall kind of build of the box. Anyways, but I did not see that when I first took it out of the box. Here's the second giveaway that this is not a real iPhone. The font is all wrong on the card, and the only thing in here is this random piece of paper that has like a blue tint to it, and it's bizarre. They did provide, however, a SIM card tool, which is really nice of them, I guess. The first giveaway that actually kind of confirmed that this was a fake iPhone was the actual plastic wrapping the phone. First thing that's strange about the wrapping of this phone is that it's in two pieces. iPhone does everything in one piece, like the back has its own plastic and the front has its own plastic, and then it's just very poorly put on. There's air bubbles everywhere, doesn't line up. I don't know. That was the deciding factor for me that I knew the device was fake. And then once you lifted the iPhone, you could tell that it's fake because Apple no longer provides the earbuds in a plastic case. They use the paper one, plus this plastic is very poor fitted. The cable came like this. And then the charging block also had loose plastic on it. But to my surprise, the actual iPhone itself was fantastically well replicated. If you take a quick glance at this actual device, you kind of assume that it's real. The proportions are real, the buttons are in the right spot, the color's fairly accurate, the camera does look a little bit weird, but I mean, if you're doing a quick glance, it all looks like it's right. So let me unlock the device and continue showing you how well this phone is replicated. So this device actually runs Android, but if you take a look, it looks exactly like identical. Like you can tap and hold, move things around. It even has a perspective wallpapers that tilt when you move the actual phone itself. And overall, it looks like it's well done. But once you dive a little bit deeper into the device, you will see how many little mistakes that they did replicating this device. How little thought they put into the little details that actually make an iPhone an iPhone. So the first things first, when you swipe down to search for anything, the keyboard is very bizarre. And when you search for a certain application like I normally do on my iPhone, I typed in photo, I get camera, clock, contacts, email, messaging, music, phone, photos, Play Store, Safari, settings. And if you notice, the icons are no longer right. Dead giveaway. Next thing you'll find strange, once you go into the settings, you know, for the top portion of the screen, it does look somewhat similar. Sign into your iPhone, airplane mode, but here's something that kind of raised an eyebrow. Wi-Fi, disconnect. Bluetooth off, cellular hotspot, carrier, no SIM. I didn't put my SIM in this, I do not trust it. And another dead giveaway is they didn't use spell check when they were making up this menu. So quickly going through these menus, they look legitimate. However, if you pay attention to the spelling of all of these words, you will notice that they skipped spell check. So restrictions, RESTRICTIOINS. Anyways, but if you go into restrictions, you'll notice the strange loading screen and the app icons are all Android-y. Another thing, the home button. It is touch, it's not an actual button, it's a tactile button. The vibration isn't like true touch or whatever technology Apple uses to make that button feel like a button. It just triggers a vibration and it's very rough and not big. It's strange. And I'm pretty sure you can hear it. Let me hit the button. Do you guys hear that? It just vibrates ridiculously whenever you hit this button. Another thing that is a clear giveaway when you're holding the device is that the screen, or the front face and the back face of this phone, actually protrude past the band of the phone. If you look close enough, you can actually see like a good millimeter jog from the band of the device, and you can feel it when you're holding it. It's definitely a clear giveaway. Not to mention false advertising 101. This box says 256 gigabytes. It's supposed to be a 256 gigabyte iPhone 8 Plus. To confirm that, if you go into the settings, you have a capacity of 250 gigabytes, which, you know, seems somewhat legitimate. iOS takes about 6 gigs anyway, so there you go, 250 gigabytes. That's what you can actually use, right? That's what the settings say. However, if you go into the App Store, which by the way is like just this terrible replica, I don't really know what this is. You can't actually download anything because you have no more storage, and the only things on this are probably a dozen or 2 dozen applications. So this is the worst camera. Oh my goodness. Let me show you a photo here. Did it take it? Okay, it took the photo. That's the photo. That is not iPhone quality. Let me go get my computer and let me show you how well they stole it in terms of Apple's kind of realm. Let me show you. So I got my computer here, and just look at this. If you go to Apple's official website to check your kind of service of the phone, so where you type in your serial number, I'm gonna type in the verification code here just to make sure I am not a robot, I guess. Continue. It's a actual device. It kind of has 3 criteria that it checks. It's a valid purchase date, so I guess it was purchased legitimately. Telephone technical support has expired. Our records indicate that the complimentary telephone technical support of the project has expired. Not really sure what that is. I'm pretty sure you can call Apple regardless. Repair and service coverage active. Your product is covered for eligible hardware repair and services under Apple's limited warranty. Like, it expires September 21st, 2018. This is a 100% fake device, but Apple thinks it's real. Well, at least in the network, they think it's real. If you go to Apple and you give them this, they'll just look at you funny and be like, get out of the store before I call security. But how crazy is that? Someone's doing some crazy. This iPhone is very well replicated. If you hold it in your hand, there's a few clear giveaways that this device actually is not a legitimate iPhone. But if you're on the bus and someone has this beside you, I wouldn't know the better. If they're just holding it or they're just listening to music or whatever, I would have no idea. How crazy is that? Such a well done fake. I don't even know where to link this down in the description. I'm gonna try to find something, no guarantees. There's gonna be a blank spot there for a link. That just shows to me that there is a lot of fake stuff going around, so be careful if you're buying anything secondhand or through the internet. Just make sure you buy things legitimately, I guess. Anyways, shout out to my boss for finding this phone and letting me make a video on it. If you like that video, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. And for additional brownie points, as always, please follow me on all of my social media. Links can be found down in the description as always. But for now, thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.